onto the Orville here. Just a reminder, we're not having to move mountains this time. Just need like another $60 or so to make another day of it here, because the timing is just that much off, you know. So, but okay, Orville.
Preferably, if we can, enough to get into a week by week hotel.
Well, week by week, that's about what, $250, $300.
$259 over.
Yeah, the one we're looking at is $259 for the week, and yeah, if we don't need the entire week, I just parse it out day by day here, and then just go straight to the apartment if it hopefully gets approved. So, Orville. What was the title? Oh, every day, all the world's a birthday cake, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, all the world's a birthday cake.
And I originally saw it. I had already gotten past the halfway point. I came in right when Kelly and Borders were being sent to the camp. So it colored a little bit going back and watching the whole thing to beginning with, oh, everything's all happy. And you're like, yeah, this will be a fun time. And then something like, what? You're born when? Out of here. I'm not sure this is such a slam on astrology so much as in clinging to ancient belief systems long after you should know better. This is a planet that really should know better by now. They're already, kind of exploring space. They're sending, messages out into space. Is anyone out there? And then, you don't believe? Why should we? We're not from there. It's like they should know also enough about, stars and stuff that, these stars are not in the same alignment from elsewhere in the galaxy. You go somewhere else, and they're not going to have the same constellations, You go way out there, Sagittarius isn't where it's supposed to be, or not in the same shape. The closer you're going to get is maybe go to Alpha Centauri, and I think the Big Dipper gets another star from that perspective, and that's the sun. So, that kind of thing. So, maybe it stretches a bit, but hey, it is what it is. Robbie McNeil, great job on directing. It's another case, and yeah, the real Star Trek stuff, they're going over to Orville. And apparently, when Jonathan Frakes was over on Discovery on the last one they did, it was a constant fight back and forth. The producer saying, "No, we want to do it this way," and him saying, "But that's not Star Trek." So him having to try and toe the line there. So I give him credit for that much at least, and that's probably why last week's Discovery was as close to actual Star Trek as it was, because he dragged kicking and screaming into the light. But interesting, their version of the Prime Directive on Orville, where it's like, hey, you put out the welcome sign, we're going to show up. Make sure we show up before the Krill do, and other nasty ones, and make sure that And I think that should have been pointed out at some point that that signal's still out there. Nastier people than us could show up here. The Krill show up, they're not going to put up with your crap. You're born, we don't care when you're born. They'll take the planet. You'll have no culture left. You think what? Joe, what would they call?
What?
What sign was that they were in? Joe what something? Or?
Yeah, I'm forgetting.
No, it doesn't matter. And yeah, interesting, but one time they formed their system, it's like one of the stars go boom. So it's like, oh, it's back. Time to rethink things, guys. And I think it is pressing. By the time they figure it out, they will have finally figured out that it's not worth figuring out. They're just stars. Just a perpetual explosion held together by gravity. So, yeah, it's going along. And nice introduction for Tala. And also, interesting, the way her hair is set up, she only has to deal through half the makeup process. It's like there's a little bit of the forehead poking up, but other than that, so, could be probably a normal ear under there. Just a nose, one set of brow ridges, and an ear. So, makes you wonder what's going on. Just simple time saver or something on that side of the ear. Cause I'm seeing pictures of her normal. There's nothing weird. She's got both normal ears. So I think probably just a time saver. So if you're not going to see it, don't do it. It's like with Nimoy going with a headband on in Voyage Home, so you didn't have to go through the ears as often. But yeah, I'll give this in a big and going from strength to strength. Basically, we're moving along, and Discovery's eating Orville's dust. Because also, some of the indications are that the test audiences for the reshot versions of the episode aren't much better than they were for the initial ones, and those were deemed unwatchable. Like I said in some of the comments, I think Kurtzman is mixing up Jeffrey Hunter roles on the IMDb page. No, he wasn't playing Jesus on Star Trek. He was playing a regular captain with problems and issues. The Jesus thing was a few years earlier in a movie. Okay, so stereotypical blue-eyed, blonde-haired Jesus. Yeah, we should actually watch that one these days just for the hell of it.
What, The Cage?
King of Kings.
Oh, King.
Just to get that out of the way, and
Yeah. Ask our buddy for it.
Know, well, it wouldn't be hard to find. Early 60s, I think. Yeah. All right. So that'll do it for now. Again, we're still in a bit of a tight spot. We ain't quite out of it yet, but we're a lot further along than we were. So
if you can give us enough to at least get one more night here.
Another night here would be great, because by then, because Monday, Monday's when they should be looking at the applications and look at the final yay or nay thing. Depending on how fast they can get a background check back done on us, which was not going to. It's going to come back nothing, nothing worth noting. So it's a matter, how fast it gets back to her to Tanya for the final approval. And I've always dealt fine with this lady, so it shouldn't be anything problem on that front. Seriously, I've been very friendly. So
are you kidding?
It's just the I think it's just a procedural thing, because we have abused the privilege of showing up, a little too often. So they had to put the foot down.
Showing up in age.
I know, but
I don't know what the hell her problem is.
Because we previously, it's like, no, that's enough.
But
I think also what might help in a favor is, they wanted to do with that ugly ass car. So
yeah.
Unfortunately, that car is just because I'm hoping someone, the engine is in fine shape. It got us down here. The mileage could be better, but like I said, all it needs is an oil change at this point, and a new car to house it. So anybody in the Orlando area want a good rebuilt 1994 Buick engine? There's one over at Alfonso's of Orlando. It's currently housed in a battered up 94 Buick Park Avenue, but
how about somebody with some extra Norco? Oh, yeah. Crap.
Your head's still at a weird angle. Try and straighten it. We'll fix that later. Okay. PayPal, Patreon, other down. Streamlabs is going to be down there in the list. And anyway, PayPal will be the best because it's the most immediate. But also the Streamlabs is connected with PayPal, so either way. Whatever you're comfortable with, but again, your support is, I'm very humbled, really. And that takes a lot to humble my arrogant ass, okay?
And he is arrogant.
Yeah, I freely admit it. It helps get through the day. And you got to have an ego to get through this business in the first place, so catch you later.